Hey Yvette, long time no see. I heard you got married, sis. Could it really be? Why didn't you tell me? That's so not cool.
Oh, hi. It's been a while, Timson. Why are you messaging me out of the blue all of a sudden?
Didn't I just say? You got married, right? Why didn't you tell me anything?
I did tell Mom and Dad, but they just told me, to quote them, to do whatever the hell I please. I can't say I was too interested in carrying on the conversation. I mean, come on, sis. We haven't seen each other or spoken in years. Why would I go out of my way to tell you about my wedding?
How could you be so cold? I'm your little sister. In spite of that, I haven't heard a peep out of you in years, and if that's not bad enough, you kept your damn wedding of all things a secret from me? You're just making me sad here, sis.
You feel sad? You've got some nerve. Did you forget about everything you did to me?
Huh? What are you talking about? Did I do something to you?
Are you seriously telling me you don't remember? You've been stealing all of my things since we were barely out of our pushchairs. It only started out as toys, and I mean, fine, whatever. Kids will be kids. I wouldn't have a problem if it stopped there, but when we grew up, you escalated to stealing my favorite clothes and bags. Then, in middle and high school, you moved on to stealing my boyfriends. Even after that, you kept stealing my stuff. Nothing was safe. You took everything I worked so hard to buy myself with the money from my part-time job at the cafe. When I tried telling you to stop, you'd run off to Mom and tell her I was bullying you so she'd take your side.
Gee, sis. You still harping on about all that crap? Let bygones be bygones already. Sheesh. You're so petty. Anyway, I didn't do anything wrong, no matter how much you cry and complain. All I did was say I wanted your stuff. It was thanks to me constantly pestering Mom and Dad you got given so much stuff in the first place. So what if I have them? Something for me every now and then?
What? You can't be serious. You don't see the problem with crying and screaming and kicking up a fuss until Mom and Dad got so tired of you they gave you my things to placate you? Not only that, but you're the one who made moves on my boyfriends. You went out of your way to steal them from me.
Nuh-uh. I so did not. I know you're still bitter, but accept it, girl. They chose me over you, and that's all there is to it. If you actually think about it, you'll see it wasn't my fault. LOL, but if there's one thing I might be guilty of, it's being more beautiful than you.
Drop the act already. You were the one who went on the attack. You did it all on purpose. You know what hurt the most? Every time you succeeded in stealing something from me, you lost interest all of a sudden and threw it away. You went out of your way to throw my things in the trash when I was looking, to break up with my boyfriends right before my eyes. You'd condescendingly preach to me how you were entitled to throw away your things if you wanted to, but it was clear all you wanted to do was hurt me. You ridiculed and humiliated me at every opportunity. You made me feel like crawling into a hole and dying. I'll never forget what you did. Don't get me wrong, I'm fully aware Mom and Dad put you up to it half the time.
Wow, sis. You're an even bigger self-pitying loser than I thought. How can you have such a warped, twisted view of the world? Have you considered therapy? You're scary. You'll get even uglier at this rate if you're not careful. Have you considered thinking positively for a change? Negativity ages you, you know. Surely you have enough wrinkles already.
The point here is that I want absolutely nothing to do with you or the rest of my family ever again. I made that pretty clear to Mom and Dad when I told them I was getting married. To my astonishment, Mom was actually adult enough to respect that, and she agreed never to make contact again. You didn't seem to get the message, though. I know she told you.
Ugh, don't be so mean-spirited. You're my only sister in the world. I want to see your new husband. What's he like? I really wanted to go to the wedding, but thanks to you sulking, I had no idea where it was gonna be held.
That's funny. You say you wanted to go to my wedding, but I know you had no intention of celebrating or being happy for me.
I so did. Stop with this already. Your words, they cut me like a knife. Can you imagine, though? If I actually did go to the wedding, I would have stolen the show. Everyone would have been talking about me. I just know it. I guess it probably would have sucked for you to be upstaged by your beautiful little sis on your wedding day.
I was right not to invite you. Even just the thought of it makes me feel ill on a visceral level. Honestly, you're the last person on Earth I wanted to see there.
Whoa! Are you jealous? I can't pretend I don't get it, though. If I was there, you would have been practically invisible on the most important day of your life. It was a good tactical move, I'll give you that. I'm not mad at you for not inviting me. Even a crusty loser like you should get to be in the spotlight at least once in her miserable life, right? And I so generously and benevolently didn't even try and track down the venue.
Whatever. You can think and say what you like. I want nothing more to do with you. Are you done now?
You really are cold. Let's face it. Any guy someone like you manages to bag isn't going to be anything special. He's the husband of a disappointing wrinkled hag in her 30s after all. Is he bald, fat, or some miserably old man who spends most of his life in an office cubicle getting shouted at by successful people? Maybe he's all three?
Yep, you hit the nail on the head, so you may as well just leave it alone.
I knew it. Enjoy your magic miserable lives together.
Tamsin! Stay away from my husband!
Huh? What's this about?
Don't play dumb with me. You've been sending messages to my husband on Peepbook.
Huh? So what? What's bad about that? Human beings talk to each other all the times. You know, it's a perfectly normal thing to do. Imagine getting upset over that. Cringe. You baffle me.
Which part is normal? I'm the one who's baffled. Your behavior makes no sense.
Use your head, pea-brain. Your husband equals my brother-in-law equals my family. It's perfectly normal for me to talk to my family on social media.
Surely that only applies to family you actually have anything to do with. Besides, even if it was normal, it's certainly not normal to send your brother-in-law pics of you in your underwear. If you think otherwise, I suggest you go get your head checked out.
Wait a second. You crap me up, you vet. Those aren't my panties. It's a bikini.
Panties or bikini, the surface area is the same. Hey, you big hunky stallion, do you think I look cute in these? Seriously, I want to vomit. No one in their right mind would send anything like that to their sister's husband.
You're overthinking this like you do everything else, and you have the gall to call me a head case? I didn't mean anything by it. It was just a bit of light-hearted fun. Take a chill pill. Ah, I get it. You're losing your mind because you think I'm gonna steal your husband, aren't you? I mean, I guess it makes sense. Let's face it, you're never gonna come out on top in a contest between me or you.
Do you never get bored of this? Just give it a break already. Your very existence disgusts me more than words can describe.
Whoa, scary. Who says stuff like that? Does your husband have any idea what a deranged psycho you are? You're a real nasty piece of work. You should be locked up. I feel kind of bad for him. Did he know what he was getting himself into? I fear for your married life together. Should I send in a rescue team? LOL.
He knows me better than any of my actual family do. So, thanks, but we don't need your concern. That's why we got married.
But you know you and him aren't a good match, don't you? You'll never last. I know, sis. How he's tall, dark, and handsome. How he's on 6 figures in a management role at a major company. My friend told me, and I told Mom. Want to know what she said? that a young beauty like me is far more suitable for a high-spec guy like him. I agree, he's wasted on you.
Maybe it does look like we're a mismatch from the outside, and you know what? Think what you want. I don't care. We got married because we love each other.
Is that a challenge? You do remember how every single boyfriend you've ever had broke up with you for me, right? You should be more careful about what you say. Surprise, surprise! He chose the young beauty over the dried-up hag.
Is that so? I'm happy for you to think that. Preparations? For the divorce?
I've decided I'm gonna go through with it. Me and him are going to get married. After all, me taking away everything you hold dear has become somewhat of a family tradition. It'd be a shame if not to keep it alive. Seems like your husband's fully on board with that too. You wouldn't want to stand in the way of the man you love getting what his heart truly desires, would you?
I see. Do you really want him that badly?
Yep, I want. I'm so much better suited to him. He's gonna be the happiest man on earth with me in his arm.
I see. Fine. Leave it with me. I'll send everything over.
Huh? What the? I thought you'd be mad. Why are you going along with it so readily? Is it because you're putting your husband's happiness first?
Discussing anything with you would only be a waste of time. Instead, I'm gonna give in and send you everything I own.
Woohoo! That escalated quickly. I'm shocked, sis, I gotta admit. It's actually kinda disappointing. Although, guys like him only come around once in a blue moon. Handsome and a high earner. I shouldn't complain, really. Tee. I'm happy to leave you alone and let you live out the rest of your years in lonely misery after this. So make sure you deal with the divorce proceedings ASAP, okay? Hey! What the heck? What's going on? Explain!
What do you mean?
What do you mean, what do I mean? You know exactly what I mean, don't play dumb. I'm asking you what the heck you think you're playing at sending a load of garbage at my house?
But didn't you say you wanted all of my things? That's why I sent you all of my things.
What? What? Why would I want your trash? Have you lost your mind?
Come on, trash is taking it a bit far. It might not be brand new, but the TV is still watchable. And the furniture is still in pretty good condition. You have no idea how much of a help you've been. I had no idea what I was going to do with all the furniture and appliances from when I lived on my own when I moved in with my husband. I was actually thinking of taking it to the landfill. Laws around recycling have gotten real strict lately, and it seemed like more trouble than it was worth. I couldn't believe my luck when you said you wanted it all. Thanks so much, Tamsin. You're a lifesaver.
Are you messing with me?
No, not at all. You said you wanted all of my stuff. So, I sent you all of my stuff. That's all.
I said I wanted your husband, not this crap. I never said anything about sending me a pile of trash, not even once.
But you see, my husband isn't a thing, nor is he stuff. He's a human being. I have no right to give him away like some possession. Besides, it's all still usable, so it's not trash.
Ugh! Just let me meet him. I don't know why, but your husband's P-book page disappeared since we last spoke and I can't message him anymore. I'm guessing you deleted it because you were panicking? If I can just meet him in person, he'll choose me. I just know it.
My husband's Peep-book page? Oh, that. Now that you mention it, he did say some weird woman, obviously trying to look younger than she is, sent him some disturbing pictures. Apparently he blocked her straight away. He said they made him feel uncomfortable.
What? Weird? Trying to look younger than I am? Disturbing? My pictures made him feel uncomfortable? What? Are you making fun of me?
I mean, is he wrong? You might be younger than me, but you are 30 now. You're well past the age you can go around using your youth as a weapon. You call me a wrinkly old hag, but I'm only 2 years older than you.
Ugh, Ugh, shut up! I've got you beat in every category. I get told I look like I'm in my early 20s all the time.
Ugh, this again. I've been wondering this for a while now. But have you ever heard of the term flattery?
Oh my god, what? What's gotten into you? You've been looking down your nose at me this whole time, haven't you? I don't need to hear this from the likes of you.
You are, of course, free to think what you like about yourself. I think it's healthy to have a positive self-image, even if it is contradicted by reality. By the way, my husband did actually say he wants to meet you.
Oh, he did? Really?
Yes, really. He said your disturbing behavior made him so curious that he wants to know whether you're that weird in real life, too.
What?
He said he wants to see the culprit behind the decade-long harassment campaign against me with his own eyes. He seemed genuinely amazed that someone like you is able to delude yourself that you're young or beautiful.
No, it's you two who are weird. You're the ones who are messed up. Come to think of it, it makes perfect sense. You're a nutcase, so he'd have to have a screw loose to have anything to do with you in the first place. Birds of a feather. He's probably just trying to defend his wounded pride because he knows deep down he'd never have a chance with me.
That's right. We're a pair of nutcases in love. I have to correct you, though. You seem to have things the wrong way around. You're the one who doesn't have a chance with him. Understand now? How about you just acknowledge it instead of trying to defend your wounded pride? You can't always have things your way.
Shut up. When I find a guy to marry, he's gonna be the real deal, the genuine article. He's gonna be tall, handsome, rich, funny, witty, charismatic, popular, rich, and have great taste in women. The kind of guy who'd even turn you down in your dreams.
You were disqualified at great taste in women. I wonder if you can really pull it off, though.
If a cave troll like you can find a husband, there's no way I can't.
The problem is, your only redeeming quality is your rapidly deprecating appearance. Besides that, maybe your youth? Even that's doubtful, though. Your personality is so rotten you'd give the devil a run for his money, and you're an unemployed shut-in who's barely even capable of housework. What do you bring to the table?
I can do housework. What other skills do I need besides that? That's the most important thing for a woman. Have you seen the statistics on how much money beautiful women make in their lifetimes compared to ugly ducklings like you? I have, and I know one thing. The good life is waiting for me.
But surely that only applies to beautiful women who take the time to reflect on themselves, learn skills, and become better people by enriching the lives of those around them. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say it probably doesn't apply to poisonous, naive layabouts who think they're really beautiful just because they're young, which they're not, who contribute nothing of value to anyone.
How could someone as ugly as you possibly understand?
No one escapes aging, and you're already 30. You can harp on about youth and beauty all you like, but there's no denying it. You're no spring chicken. You're past the point of being capable of begging a guy who's into young beauties. I hate to break this to you, but that ship left port, and it's never coming back.
Ugh, you're so annoying. Just shut up. You think you're so special because you got married? This is so went to your head.
I don't think I'm special at all. All I'm doing is telling the truth. Oh, yeah, by the way, I got a message from Mom. You were more reliable to us than that lazy good-for-nothing.
Huh?
She said you might have had a shot at marrying into wealth 5 years ago, but now you're just unwanted leftovers. She's completely useless. Despite being jobless, she barely even does housework.
No way! She didn't say that. Mom and Dad said I'm valuable to them simply by existing. Mom said I might still have a shot at marrying into money.
When was this? You see, the thing is, Mom and Dad are currently in the process of trying to cozy up to me, because they say the thought of relying on you in their old age makes them anxious. To think they spent all these years spoiling you as their favorite. It's really quite ironic, isn't it? It made me laugh when they suddenly started trying to curry favor with me the moment they heard about my husband, despite the fact that they told me never to contact them again. You've had them wrapped around your finger for pretty much your entire life. And to be fair to them, they have looked after you. Make sure you see them through their old age in comfort, okay?
There's no way Mom and Dad would say those things about me. They'd never choose you over me. They always said I was their favorite, the beautiful daughter.
Fine, ask them yourself. Ask them who they'd rather looked after them in their old age. Will you believe it when you hear it straight from Mom and Dad themselves? Or are you too stubborn and thick-headed even for that?
The answer is obviously going to be me. These are just lies and fantasies. Vicious lies and fantasies. It's always been obvious how Mom and Dad felt about you. You were a burden and a nuisance at best. Why would they do 180 all of a sudden now? They never loved you.
I'm glad they never loved me. The thought that I could have actually turned out like you, a self-obsessed narcissist who thinks the world revolves around them, makes me shudder. All I feel for you is pity. The only thing in this world you have to be proud of are your rapidly deprecating looks, and I pity you from the bottom of my heart.
I don't need your pity. The only one deserving of pity here is you, the withered old hag. Those parents never loved her.
There you go again. You talk about people as if their appearance is the only thing that matters. Love that expects some kind of reward isn't love at all.
Is this bold font all you've got? You really are pathetic. To think the woman who spent her entire life on the losing side, having everything she held dear stolen from her, would have the nerve to speak to me like that.
And yet you tried to steal this pathetic old hag's husband. What does that make you? Are my hand-me-downs the best you can do? How about you find someone with your own hard work, based on your own merit, who loves you for you? You know, like I did. The most important person in my life, who you're not capable of stealing. I found him with my own hard work and determination. There's not a single person on this planet who loves you for who you are because you're rotten to the core. You wasted your life playing malicious games to massage your overinflated ego. And where did it get you? You really are pathetic. Unable to cope with the thought of being rejected, apparently Tamsin went on the offensive against Mom and Dad, demanding they choose between me and her. Of course, Mom and Dad, who only judged books by their covers, chose me and my high-earning husband. That was the spark that started the fire, and before long, the entire street was woken up at 2 a.m. by the argument to end all arguments, which resulted in Mom and Dad booting her out. Unable to cope without a constant stream of praise and approval from others, Tamsin started working in the adult industry. But even that didn't last long. Competing for work with girls much prettier and younger than her, she was treated like used goods, found it impossible to stay afloat, and was forced to quit. Refusing to accept reality, she then applied for a series of high-class escort agencies. They all turned her down. How do I know this, you ask? She posted it all on her Peep Book page. Last I heard, she was etching out a living with money from the wallets of her multiple lovers and sugar daddies. But when I say etching out, I really mean it. She begs Mom and Dad to take her back on practically a daily basis. It seems like she didn't learn anything from what I told her at the end. I have a feeling she'll live out the rest of her days in self-absorbed ignorance and nothing will change. As for my parents, who initially had no interest in my wedding, they had a mysterious change of heart the moment Tamsin told them he was a high earner in a managerial role at a major company. Apparently, they tried to get Tamsin to convince him to marry her instead at first. But when they realized he had no interest in her online advances, they switched tactics to cozying up to me in an attempt to mend our troubled relationship. I've been working at a prestigious insurance company since I graduated college, and I bring in a decent salary myself. It must have finally dawned on them that I was infinitely more valuable to them than the long-term unemployed and impossibly selfish Tamsin. Obviously, I have no interest in having anything to do with them for as long as I live, so I got a new phone number, and me and our husband moved into our new place together. Naturally, I didn't tell them my new address, nor do I intend to. With that, the messages from them finally stopped, and me and my husband are enjoying our newly married life together. I don't need any of them in my life. The parents who raised me and my sister constantly comparing us and playing favorites, or the sister who made it her life's mission to steal everything I hold dear. From here on out, it's just me and my husband, who chose me and only me and loves me for who I am. We're currently in the process of trying to create a big, happy family, if you catch my drift.